Hello guys, welcome to this stream. So that's the weekly analysis video for the gold and Bitcoin. Also the big pairs. That's the main thoughts analysis for the gold. Okay, and second is the Bitcoin. Either I will weekly analysis for the others big pairs. So let's start this analysis. So you can see this. That's the gold chart right now. That's the month of gold return more than 71% of this year. You can see this, guys. So that's the candle was open. You can see this. That's the big bull candle was open, and the very for this the psychological number for the 5,000 in gold. Okay, that's the point of the you can see this. That's a 6,000 pips zone. Will easily give this. Okay, so let's that's you can see this. The 12 month is the 1 year is a very bullish for the last previous years. So I'm going with the 6 months first. You can see this. That's a very good push for the last years. You can see this. The last 6 months is a very bullish pressure. Will we see this? That's a very bullish candle was closing and 6 month candle. That's the 6 month candles. So I'm going with the 1 month candle. So you can see this. That December was some rejection for upper week. That's the new all-time high in gold. You can see this. That is the new all-time high in gold. That's the new all-time high in gold. Gold reject from these areas. Gold reject from these areas. Okay. So that is the monthly candle. Okay. I am going with the weekly candle. Okay. So you can see this. That's weekly candle is now at very good zone. I will mark this horizontal line first. Okay. That is the psychological number. That is the 500, and that's the weekly time frame candle, and it is very bullish pressure. And you can see this that the gold was now the weekly buying zone areas. That's the weekly buying zone area right now. Gold is now the weekly buying zone area, and I'm going with that's the last previous week the very candle will be filled. So its trend line was breakout. This trend line was breakout. So gold was coming from this order block zone, and it will be go back from there. Okay. So it's closing above this area. So if this horizontal line was break on this, so gold was some selling for the some kind of zone, and either gold was pullback from these areas. So I am going with the daily time frame. That's the gold is now at the weekly time frame buying the block zone. Okay, so I am going with the 1 day time frames. Okay, so what happened in the 1 day time frame? Let's see. That is the buying zone at the gold. Okay, it's playing. Okay, I'll mark it. I'll remove this first. Uh, daily time frame. That is now weekly zone, weekly buying zone. Okay, the price. That's the weekly buying zone. You can mark on your chart. The price was pulled back from this area. Okay, So I'll go with the daily time frame. Daily. Okay. You can see this. That's the how the important zone for this area. That is the very important zone for the area, and that's the very good reaction candle for this zone, and that is the order book for the weekly time frame. So that you can mark on the chart. Okay, guys. So daily, weekly, uh, that is the weekly buying in zone area. That's why I'm marking in 4,000, 4,100. That is the level. That is a good level also. So I'm going with the 1 day time frame, so you can mark on the chart this level. That's a very important level. Because why? Because that's the market liquidity right now. Market sweep is liquidity, but that's it is the pending liquidity for the market. Okay, market not, sorry guys, market not sweep is liquidity. That is the buy side liquidity here. Okay, that is the buy side liquidity right now. So I am horizontal line just remove this and trade this. Okay, that is the buy side liquidity. Whereas the price was come, it's a normal. Daily time frame. This level I will mark for the daily time frame business. Okay, so I am going with the 4 hour. Okay, guys. You can see this market was higher time frame. It shift the change of character and market structure also break. Okay, you can see this. My market structure also break on this area. That is the market structure break. Market structure shift on this area, and also you call the choch in the higher time frame, daily time frame. Okay, so it is now bullish, but daily time frame I will see this. That's the break of structure right now. But market was not sustained. That is the smaller time, daily time frame. Now is now the market is the break of structure. You go with the SMC money. So it is the daily time frame break of structure. Okay, you'll understand that. So it is now creating a liquidity for this area. And you can see this. That's a sharp selling uh, was come from this area. Okay, guys. Sorry, I'm just on this for you. That's why I'm explaining. Good. Okay. So you can see this, guys. That's the pure rejection candle. You'll understand that first. You'll understand that first. The that is the beautiful reaction from this the website because that's the market structure break. The gold was break of structure on the daily time frame, and it will be the buyers was that is the daily time frame buying area. So price was moved from there. Okay, that is the buying A plus buying zone concept. This is the daily time frame buying area. Market will tap also. Okay, that is the level of playing right now. It will tap and the play level was playing more than 940 pips. Okay, that is the 100 pips playing on this the same day. So it is now the some gap and that is the liquidity zone for the December 9 to December 22. That is the previous liquidity zone. So market will try this zone was breaking and you can see this that is the break of structure zone. So the market is now that area. So I will tell you, market is for the last week, market is sustained above this below this trend line. So you only find the selling entries up to this area, and this area is the very important for the gold. And I think that's the liquidity for the market. You can see this. That's the liquidity for the market, and market is now reversed from this area to the new all-time high. That is my predict this market. Okay, market is continue sustain above this zone, so you will find only the selling entries. Okay, you will find only the selling entries because the market is now this above below this trend line. After market closing above this zone, after market close above up to this area, so market was open on this area, and I think the situation of the market I'm told you on this video, the US was attack on the Venezuela. So that's why the pump, you can some pump on this market because that is the heavy FPGs here, and also the weak also clear. So market was sweep this liquidity, sellers liquidity. Why? Because the overall market structure is the bullish right now. But that time the sellers was invited here, and that's the huge FBGs. So market will be from gap up on this area, and market is above this trend line. So you will find the buying interest up to this zone. I think that's the good idea for that. Either price was closing above this zone, so that is your target level for that. Either price will closing above this zone, it will be good time to invest your money for the this new all-time high. That is the gold going for the 5,000 on this January. I will told you that's the all-time high resistance for the gold. Okay, guys, and that's the only find I am telling you. You will not find the buying entries. That is your buying entries only. That is your buying entries only after this up above this trend line, and you will only find the selling entries in gold up to this area. Up to this area you will only find this selling entry up to this area, and market was break this structure in continuation, so you will hold your selling trade up to this bill. I'll talking about this, but you will understand that first. That is you find price was above this 4350, above this area. That is you will only find the buying entries, and either price was sustained above this below this trend line, so you will find the selling entries because the market was trying to this sweep this the buyers liquidity, and that is the buy side liquidity also here. So market will try the selling. You can see the selling in the market some reason, but I have no uh, interested for the selling. But gold is now very bullish for this week, but that will be happen for the market because market will not playing on the emotion. It will be playing on the only price action and the discipline. So that's why I'm telling you. So I will mark on this. So you don't trade on this area. I will go for the 4 hour. Okay, so you can see this. It's time to explain. It will be playing. Okay, it will be playing. So I will remove this. Okay, it will be playing, but it's here because it is the weekly analysis video. It is good for that. Your buying area is that. Okay, because that's the buy side liquidity. You will I'm telling to you that is the buy side liquidity right now. That is the buying buy side liquidity. Okay, that is the buy side liquidity, and I am told you guys that is the no trading zone. I am told you that is no trade on this area because you can see that the market structure broke the daily time. Okay, so it is a very refining area right now. I am thinking for the 4 hour. Okay, price was goes from this the A plus. That is the 4 hour A plus. Price was go from there. That is the 20. Okay, this will be actually playing right now. Wait guys, I'm told you. I've removed them. Okay, I've removed this. Why you understand why the price was goes from there? So that's why price was goes from there. That is the 1 hour A plus zone. Who will understand my strategy? So you will understand why the price will go from there. How the gold will go from there right now. And why this selling will come from here. That is the selling zone for the gold. Okay, A plus selling area for the gold is selling right now. So the some selling will be, you can see this, that is the selling area in gold, but that is not valid. I will remove this. That is play, but there have a one buying opportunity is that. So I am told you that I will define them and remove this first. Okay, so I will remove this. That is the buying area. You will find the buying entries, and that's your selling area for this zone, and pullback will be come from there. That is your selling zone. Okay, but that is your pullback area. You can see this how the market will behave. That is the A plus buying zone. I'm telling you guys, that is the weekly time frame zone. So you can see this how the market reacts because that's the liquidity right now. I'm told you that is the heavy liquidity for the market, and that is the pullback zone also. So either price was not tapped this zone, price was closing above this zone, price was closing above this zone. Okay, price was closing above this zone, like the gap up opening on this area, and price was closing above this zone, and you can trade about this pullback for this your target level, and that is the resistance, that is the selling level for the gold because that's the all-time high. So that is the now resistance, but that is a selling zone. Okay, but you can see this, that's the worst situation. So the gold was now very bullish for the 2026, and its structure is a very bullish. I have told you how the market will be react. Only I will find the only buying entries. The selling will be very difficult. You can scalp the selling on these smaller areas, but the find the buying entries is a very good. That's the now the second scalp area is the 1000 pips plus. You can see this. So you can trade on this scalp, and it is your big directional areas. Okay, and it is the liquidity for the sellers. That's the sellers liquidity. Uh, that's the selling liquidity. I mean, written this. That's the sell side liquidity. Okay, brother, watch this string. That is the sell side liquidity, and that is the buy side liquidity. Okay, I am explained very well. I think you will understand, and that is the A plus selling area because that's the all time high zone. Gold was reacting the bullish rally for the tomorrow morning in the London session, the Asian session. So you can see the gold was going for the new all-time high again. Okay, so that's the simple analysis and simple zone I will find you. You only trade about this zone. Either you don't be trade because you only trade in the 15 minutes because that's the level I will giving you. That's the very A plus level for the gold. You'll understand. That's the actually market structure created right now. That the actual market structure actually created right now, guys. I'm not joking with you. That's a good zone, and that is sometimes the selling block. It is now selling, but yeah, I think it will be convert for the buying zone. So you can see this how the market will be. You only buying this above this zone. Market will sustain above this area. So you will find only the buying entries, and market will closing above this zone. So you will go for the selling. entries because that's the daily time the market will break of structure. Okay, I will explain it. And the higher time frame, the church will be here. You can see this. You will see this how the market will be church. That is the church, and the market structure sits upside. Okay, I think I explained for the gold setups, and I am going for the daily. Okay, so weekly I go for the second weekly day. That is now the current level because that's the gap also. I'll aiming for that 6,000 level. That Mhm. Price closing of this zone, so that's why one more area will be that the weekly time frame zone is that you can see this price on this area. So April, very that's the weekly time frame last April buying area, and that I think that the price was selling on this area. The price will be go the pullback from this areas. Okay, so I will mark this, but that's the going for the delay because that's the market actually clear this liquidity really good because sleep on this. So market potential for the going downside on June, but that's a psychological number for the 2000. So I will mark them. Okay. Mm. 1 hour, 5 minutes, maybe, refine the minutes. Maybe. That's the actually institution zone. So that's why that it is not find the big time frame zone or a block. That's the institutions area. I don't think the price was more falling on this area. Let's see, that's mark on your chart. That's a heavy plus buying zone. But you can see on the market how that happen. So you can understand that that's why you entry on this selling and that is your buying zone. So that's the analysis for the gold. And I am going with the Bitcoin. Okay. So let's think about Bitcoin. Let's see this is Bitcoin. So I will discuss. That is I am now the one I am going with the monthly candles. You can see one thing guys in Bitcoin that is the monthly order block zone. We'll understand that very first. That is the monthly time frame buying zone that the market will tap actually, and market will the getting the December month is the ranging candle, and the January it will be going for the top week right now. So I am going the weekly time frames candle. It will be very refining this. So it's clear they have a pending a plus buying zone for the Bitcoin. You'll understand that that's not that the weekly time frame buying area, but in case I am going with the daily time frame, so that's why the price was goes from this price in the first one. It's not up this, it's not finding where from the price actually going from there. It's going from this area. It's goes from this, it goes from there. It goes from there. Okay, it's multiple times support on this, so it will be playing. This level actually playing, and daily time frame is like yes, oh my god. Okay, it's playing this zone. Okay, it's playing this level. This level actually playing this is plus level. Okay, it's now this remark on this one buying area for Bitcoin, and you only find the selling area for this week in Bitcoin. Okay, so, so you can see this the price was continuing pull up from this zone, and one thing again I will find, I think this video was long, but I will explain the market with a very good. So daily time frame based, I will go with the fib. So gold is now, Bitcoin is now. Let me go for this. The discount rate. I am thinking about this. I'm thinking also about this. And see this. I this time I want don't want this. Oh, I see this. Now mark this. Okay, guys. That is your resistance area in Bitcoin. Okay, that is now resistance area. There, yes, guys. That is the resistance area, and that is your buying area. That is your buying area is playing, and it is now the only liquidity for the market. So I'm going with the 4 hour. It will be playing. Let me tell you again. So your resistance area, and that is now the selling area for the Bitcoin. Okay, for that time, either that is now liquidity and price was closed above this zone, so that now the price was some bullish rally for the even 1 lakh in Bitcoin. Okay, either price was rejected from this area, so it's a sharp falling you will be see on this zone. Bitcoin is coming on the 74,000, 75,000. Again, that's sharp falling. You can see the Bitcoin rally upcoming this time. That is the 90% fall was expected because that's the price action told this. That's not I am telling you, but that's the price action told this. That two plan, but what was that is do, but what we are do, that's the finding the opportunities for the scalping trades. So I will go for the 1 hour and 4 hour. It is now the downtrend formation, so I'll find the selling zone. That is the 4 hour. It is going more. So where I'm going 1 hour, its chart is the very complicated. You can see this. The Bitcoin chart is now very complicated and a highly manipulative chart. You can see this the 4 hour hitting the top roof, but that is my selling entries level. I am fine thinking the selling on this area, and that is my buying zone. Up to price was come on this. That's the range for the next month and the next week also. This is a good picture going below for the Bitcoin price. Okay, 4 hour. You can see this why I'm going with this 1 hour OG level, guys. That's the OG buying level. This buying level playing. So that is now the market was creating liquidity. So that time I don't find the entries in the Bitcoin. That's complicated. The liquidity, guys. I'm thinking that falling in the Bitcoin, its market structure shift for the upside is the smaller time frame, but it is now range. Daily time frame it was the concept. So that is the daily time frame also buying good buying area. It's come back. That is the you can see this. That's a good rising volume, second rising volume, third rising volume, and it will be rejected from here, and it is no lower week. But that's the one day buying zone. So I'm thinking one more increase in Bitcoin is that the price was come down and it will be go for this zone. It will be good for that. Either that is the zone price will break. I'll see this. So that's the because why I mark this. That is the daily time frame buying zone also, guys. I'm interact with the very higher time frames right now. You can see this why I'm told you that you go with this buying. So you can see this. That's a support for this the many days. That's the time for the Indian market. The 21 days the market was range on this area and market will break out today on this zone with the good candle and I think that is a very good buying zone for the Bitcoin. That's the level we will mark on the charts. That is that 90,000. That is also psychological number. You will see this how the market happened on the react on this area. You can mark this. That is your it's closing above this zone, so it will fall from there. Okay. And I think that is now some pullback entries. You can trade with this area. You can go with how many pips. You see this first and you go with this. Your target is very big for the rally. It is the 3000 easily, 300 pips easily given. But you react how the you can see this. That's the react. The buying pressure is very good on this area. You can see this the price at this now level. That is a very good level. Okay, that is a very good level. How many risking? Oh, that is the good level. You will see this guys. That is the 1:10 that you will be give here. So why you don't go with this? Wait, you can see this the RR. You will go with this, and that's the bias bullish right now because the market structure shift for the upside. Either price was closing above this area, you can sell here. Either you wait patiently and price was coming to this area, and this is the now market liquidity. You can see this. That's the market liquidity for this time. Okay, guys. That is the now market liquidity. So market was pullback from this area. So you will be go with this level, and either market close above this zone. So market will definitely retest it on the same level, and it will be sell from here. Okay, either market will be goes from this level to the 1:10 trade. Okay, you will understand. Okay, thank you so much for this. You can go with this trade. Okay, that's a support actually break right now. So that is the good time level, and that is the daily time frame plus buying level, and that is the daily time frame plus selling level. I'm thinking for that it will be breakout. It's okay. Either it will be pullback, that's pullback reconsider that's the inducement, so it will be come on this area. So it will be go from here for this week. So I'll give only this Bitcoin level. It is the Bitcoin analysis for this time, and the Ethereum also same this happened, and USDJPY. It is now boring right now. But I'm not interested on this. What the fuck? It is no range. So that the analysis for the gold, okay, and the Bitcoin. I'm not interested in the other things right now. Sorry, it is not chart. That's the Forex chart. Yes, oil I think the pump right now. This time for this the over attack. I think it will be pumped like yes, it is now very bad. How many days is not with this zone? It will be every time fail first second. It will be rejected from every time. So that's the trend line for the daily time frames. So usage if you guys are the ceiling level daily time frame based. So it is now playing, okay? It is now playing. So that's the level for this time USDJPY is that level. Price was closing above this trend line. So it is now bullish. So it's done bullish for this. Okay. And GBJPY. It's I'm talking about the tomorrow morning London session trade. But the main things that is the trade for that time I'll told you, and it's enough for this quick analysis video. You can see this how the market will be playing, and that and you will mark on your chart this level with your interest. I've told you. You can see the market how the we playing here. So I told you, okay, and it is a very complicated level. Finding the good entries on this area is very difficult. Only this level was shown here. And at this level, I don't see the extremely A plus buying level. But that is the very good clear range selling. I think I don't think the gold was selling more than the 2000 pips on this because that's the now one situation. So price was actually bullish at this time. Okay, so that's my analysis for this day. So guys, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow London session. Thank you so much everyone. I think everyone good. So let's see you tomorrow London session stream. Thank you guys.